So I do truly believe that a new big CS2 content update is coming very, very soon. And there's plenty of other people in the community that think this as well. You can see like from this tweet here, there's a lot of other people tweeting out and saying stuff like this. So in this video today, I want to talk about why we think a new update is likely going to be coming soon. I want to talk about even when this update could potentially be dropping, and also what could potentially be in this big new update, because I think there are a couple of different options here, even though obviously none of us know what is coming soon. Valve's going to do whatever the heck they're going to do, but that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. But of course, first I want to mention my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, or any other payment method, definitely hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. I like to buy pretty much anything and everything for the right price, but of course we like to get those bigger deals done. So if you have any expensive skins, knives, gloves, anything like that, maybe you want to sell your whole inventory, maybe you want to sell some bulk cases, you have a ton of cases you're looking to get rid of all at once, I would love to help you guys get that deal done safely, effectively, and efficiently, not to worry about getting scammed or anything like that. And of course, by selling to me, you're helping support me, my channel, and my content, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this today. So Valve has actually been doing some small things lately. Even though Valve and Counter-Strike, the dev team, have been pretty quiet lately, we haven't heard much of anything from them for like months at this point, weeks, I don't know. Whenever Premier Season 2 dropped, I guess, is like the last really significant time that we heard from them. But even before that, it was pretty relatively quiet. You know, the last really major update, you could say Premier Season 2, but before that was like the Armory, and that was in October of 2024. So it's been almost, you know, closing in on 6 months now since we gotten anything really big and significant, which I think a lot of people say, hey, we're on that timeline now, that 6 to 9 month time frame where it's time to get something big, it's time to get something new. Because if you remember before that, the big significant update we got content wise was the kilowatt case, I guess, dropping in February of 2024. So there's about 8 months between the kilowatt case and the gallery case. So we're in 6 months now. So hey, in 6, 7, 8, 9 months over the next couple of months, we could be getting there. But like I said, Valve has been actually dropping some small things lately, where we got this new trade protected item category in CS2, trade protected escrow date. This item is trade protected and cannot be consumed, modified, or transferred until whatever date. So again, there are some people saying that this is a new update Valve could potentially be working on or putting out or in the files or whatever about being able to lock away items so that they can't get, so one, you can't sell them or trade them or whatever accidentally, but also even if your account does get compromised, if you get API scammed or, you know, you get phished, your account gets stolen, you get hacked, whatever, that they still won't be able to sell off certain ones of your items. So, you know, say you do purchase an expensive skin, we all know that it's crazy that this is still a thing or whatever, but when you buy an expensive skin, obviously you pretty much instantly start getting reached out to by hackers and scammers and all these other people. But even if they were able to get access to your account somehow, if you are able to lock it away for a certain date, then hey, they aren't going to be able to trade away your item or steal it or whatever. But then you can also have time to, you know, hopefully get your account back or figure that out in the meantime or whatever. So I don't know. Overall, is this going to be a super awesome, exciting, game-changing update? I don't necessarily think so, because obviously there's still going to be the issue of, hey, what are you going to do? Are you going to trade protect every single one of your items? And if you don't trade protect stuff, obviously it's still going to be liable to getting scammed or hacked or whatever. But hey, more features, more options, more possibilities, I guess, is better than nothing. Some people in the community were reacting to this. If this is a new anti-scam method, it's a big W. Imagine if you could lock your precious items to have a trade lock of X days every time they get traded. I think it's a big win to protect play skins, long-term investments, and valuable collectibles. Why not? And yeah, I think that's cool. Like I said, if it's something new you just picked up, you could do this. But also, if it's something that, you know, you're not even thinking about selling ever for a long time or whatever, hey, it could make sense to do something like this as well. Just extra protection, especially as the money in the Counter-Strike markets gets bigger and bigger. Again, we saw we hit 4.4 billion market cap or whatever. So that means everybody's inventories are getting more expensive. The skins are getting more expensive. The money we have in here is that number's going up. So obviously we're going to be more and more liable. And there is still plenty of stuff like this going on in the scene. You know, I saw this tweet today where this person got API scammed last night for 2.5K. Please don't do trades with anyone that you didn't initiate. So that's definitely something you need to watch out for. And again, maybe more features like this from Valve could protect people like this. I don't necessarily know. We also got new mention of workshop example texture for keychains. Once again, confirming that community will be able to publish custom keychains for CS2. Now, again, this could absolutely be part of a big new update. That means, obviously, Valve can do whatever they want. They can drop community charms anytime, or community keychains as anything. They could do it as like a permanent thing in the shop. They could do it as a new capsule that's going to be for a limited time. That's going to be in the active drop pool, the rare drop pool, whatever. I don't know. And they could also, obviously, the most likely thing being doing it as part of the armory. This could be part of potentially, some new armory update or some rotation armory, whatever. But I do think that community keychains, community charms are a really, really cool idea, because why not? Either people are going to make cool stuff that is like deserves to be added to the game and Valve can maybe use, or they're going to make a bunch of crap and then Valve just won't use and have to make their own stuff or whatever. I don't know. Either way, it's a win-win. Overall, I do think the community should be able to make everything. I think community should be able to make gloves and knives and skins and charms and whatever. Like, why not? It's just going to give us more ideas, more capabilities, more possibilities, and Valve can then just pick out the good stuff and choose what they want to add into the game, and obviously those people can be hopefully compensated pretty handsomely as well at the end of the day. So I think it's cool, but it also does confirm that at some point we will be getting some community charms or keychains or whatever, which I think is cool. And again, this could be sooner rather than later. So like I said at the beginning of this video, talking about how we haven't necessarily heard anything from Valve recently, it does seem like something could be coming very, very soon. Indeed, it has been a very weird silence from Counter-Strike lately. This is good. You know what happens after they go full AFK for a few weeks. So again, Valve has a couple of different modes. They have entirely dark mode where they don't talk to us, don't say anything to us, whatever. And like Xmercy is hinting at here, after those periods end, and they go into full meme mode and full, like, we're replying to people on Twitter, we're changing our banner, we're doing all that stuff, usually a very, very big, significant update does drop. And kind of in the meantime, they're like on again, off again. They'll tweet every once in a while, they'll put out a bunch of updates, they'll, put out an update, not hear from us, go back and forth, whatever. And they're not in that phase right now where they're putting out updates and tweets and patches and stuff all the time. They're in that full dark, that full silence mode, which again does have a lot of people thinking and wondering and pointing the finger that something big could be coming very, very soon, and that they're actually hard at work right now and focused and locked in. This weird silence and lack of updates gives me deja vu of when the call to arms and the armory update dropped. Similar patterns, similar timings, out of nowhere after being deprived for months. Boom, content overload, dopamine rush. This is the month patience. So Mercy does think that something like this is coming in March. I'm not necessarily so sure it will be sometime in March. I for sure think March, April, May, somewhere in here we will be getting something like this. But yes, I can absolutely agree that this does seem very, very similar to the times of both the call to arms update, which was obviously the 5x sticker crafts and then being able to move the stickers around and all that, and the kilowatt case, and then the armory, which was obviously a massive game changer where, yeah, we didn't get anything for a couple months, we didn't hear from Valve for a couple months, and then boom, they drop, not just like a small or not just a case, whatever, like multiple stuff, multiple different big things going on, which is very, very cool and exciting. But also, Xmercy does say it's been 5 months since the last CS2 case. Again, October is when the armory and the gallery case came out. Big content updates usually come with a new case. I expect both to drop together in March. Worst case, we wait one more month, which would align with the major, with the pattern of Valve releasing big updates around 2 months before the major. And this is something that I did not necessarily know about, and this is something I wanted to look into and check out. But obviously, he says the awesome major starts June 3rd, so around 3 months from now, everything might line up, and we get a major content update in the coming weeks. I'd guess in 3 weeks. So I did want to dive into this and look and see what the different dates and how the majors aligned, and how Valve has historically, at least over the past couple of years, gone about releasing new content before, after, during majors, whatever. Because obviously, this is something that could definitely tell us of when a potential new big update is going to be dropping. So the armory update for CS2 dropped October 2nd of 2024. This was the last big major update we got, and again, this was about 5 or 6 months ago. And then we got the Shanghai major in pretty much December of 2024, November 30th, December 1st, somewhere right in there. So again, this was from October 2nd to about the start of December. So about almost 2 complete months, 60 days-ish, like 57 days or something like that, between getting the armory update and all those new collections and the gallery case and the Shanghai major. So a couple months before, we got big new content, just like Xmercy's talking about there. That 2-month timeline does line up perfectly. Now, the update before that was significant, and the last case and content stuff like that we got was that kilowatt case. I believe this is also the call to arms update that he was talking about, February 6th of 2024, and this lines up with the Copenhagen major in March 17th. Now, this was not 2 complete months. This was more like 6 weeks before the Copenhagen major. We did get that kilowatt case. So again, this is lining up with, hey, Valve putting out stuff before the major, building up hype into that major, getting people excited excited and back playing the game. Then when that major drops, we hit kind of that peak craziness, that stuff. And then also people who tune into the major, people who want to play the game because of the major, whatever, they have new content to come and check out and buy, and that, starts that funnel full drop. So obviously it does make a lot of financial sense to have content coming out before these majors, because you're going to get a lot of viewership during those majors, and if cool moments happen, people might want to go and try and replicate it themselves or play the game or whatever. And if that new content is there already rather than coming out after the major, then they can drop all that money. And again, also we know that the major is going to have sticker capsules or major items, whatever they decide to do this time. So you don't want to be putting something out after it's going to be competing with those sales. You want to put something out before, let it sell, then drop the capsules, let those sell. It just kind of makes sense timeline wise. But then obviously we go to some other stuff. The Anubis collection package dropped on April 24th of 2023. Obviously this is not the most exciting item in the world, but it is new skins, it is new content, it was something new. People don't necessarily care about it as much these days, but I think it was a bigger deal back then when it did come out, April 2023. And we also had the Revolution case in February of 2023. So February and April of 2023. And then eventually we got the Paris Major in May. So again, we got the Revolution case 3 months before the Paris Major. And then we got that Anubis collection package 1 month before the Paris Major. So again, we do have this awesome major starting June 3rd. And again, all of that stuff we saw within 1 to 3 months of that, which would put us right about now. It could put us in March. It could put us in April. Late April, early May. So I definitely think within the next 5 or 6 weeks, something big is coming. Now, again, what exactly is that going to be? I don't know. It could be a new standalone case. It could be, a new case with the twin blade knives. It could be a new case with some old weapon or some old knives with some new finishes or something like that. We could have an entirely new finish altogether. Who knows? We could have a new armory rotation with stuff like, the Train 2025 collection or something like that coming out. We could be getting a new limited edition item into the armory. We could be getting a new case added into the armory. There is a ton of different options here for what Valve could do, and we don't necessarily know what they're going to do, but I just am very, very confident that something new could be coming soon. Now, again, what can you do about this? I don't know. If it is going to be a new case, you have an option to invest into some of those active duty cases that you think could be rotated out. Stuff like the recoil case, the fracture case, or whatever, whichever one you think is going to be rotated out. If you think it's going to be an update to the armory items, obviously you could invest in different armory items, whether it be, trade up fodder from those collections. It could be, you could just invest in the gallery case. You can invest in gallery case skins. There's a lot of different ways to take advantage of this, but I think ultimately at the end of the day, we just need to see what's going to happen or what's going to drop, and what does drop, and then react to that accordingly and set up some of, the investments and stuff from there. But either way, right now, just being in the CS markets and not selling out, there's a lot of people who are scared because the markets are hitting all-time highs, the markets are going up. People are like, oh, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I sell? And I don't think so, because I think the Austin Major is going to be a big hit. I think a new content update is coming soon. I think the player base is going to continue to increase, and I think when the player base increases and new content comes out and stuff like that, prices go up, the markets go up, the markets do well. So right now is definitely not a time I would be selling. Obviously, it's not as good of a time to buy as it was, last year or within the last 24 months or whatever, but that doesn't mean it's time to sell. It doesn't mean it's time to get scared, because big things seem to be coming very, very soon. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.